In this demo, I'll show you how to build a P&L statement in Fabric Plan's intelligence sheet in just a few minutes, directly on top of a semantic model. Every month, finance rebuilds the P&L in Excel because they need the flexibility to insert custom calculation and input rows, like gross margin percent, or the number of shares outstanding, which is hardly in any data model. And that's why most financial reporting still happens in Excel. We'll build this one straight on top of the semantic model. Finance can still get a fully formatted Excel file when they need one, but the structure lives here. I'll create a new intelligence sheet and drop in the matrix visual. Let's map the data. The measures I need are already in the semantic model, actuals and plan. I'll pull those in, then map the accounting hierarchy on rows. Right now, it's a flat grid, functional, but nothing you'd send to a CFO. Quick look at the office-style ribbon. I can toggle between full and minimal views, and the toolbar is organized across 4 tabs: Matrix, Format, Data, and Write Back. A few layout options to call out. I can switch between hierarchy, table, and tree, along with the ability to consume measures on rows or columns, depending on how you want the report to be structured. Intelligence Sheet comes with one-click templates. Financial Template gives me a clean P&L layout with indentation, totals, and bold parent rows. IBCS is built for performance tracking and variance analysis, following the best practices for visualization. I'll choose Financial here. Now let's add rows that aren't in the model. First, gross margin percentage. I'll insert a calculated row and define the logic either by finding the references from the list or by directly clicking on them. I can format it as a percentage. Next, shares outstanding, a static input row for the kind of value finance enters manually each period. Then, earnings per share, a calculated row built off shares outstanding. I'll format it with a dollar symbol. Now, let's put these rows where finance expects to see them. I'll drag earnings per share, shares outstanding, and gross margin percentage to the top. No sort keys, no hidden columns, just drag to the position you need. I'll also highlight earnings per share with a different background color and customize the bottom border to visually separate it from the rows below. By default, the report is paginated, and I can use the pagination controls to bring it all on a single scroll. Under Product R&D Operating Expenses, I want to hide few accounts from my users, so I am selecting those by doing a Control and click, and then navigate to the row grouping option under Layout Settings. That creates a collapsible group I can expand and collapse directly on the report. As these rows are confidential, I'm going to use the Hide Icon and Children option to collapse the group and show only the group header, and leave a comment for my controller flagging the adjustments he needs to make. He's notified in Teams the moment I post it. Column grouping works the same way. I'll select the measure columns and group them as metrics so that I can distinguish it from the calculated metrics that I will be creating later. If you have quarterly or monthly data on the columns, I will select Q1 and Q2 and group them under a header for H1. Then do the same for H2. The quarters sit inside the half-year headers. Same data, just structured the way the audience wants to read it. I can also format the group headers in a different color to show the levels in my column hierarchy. In addition to the metrics from the semantic model, I'm going to create a quick formula measure to calculate the optimistic budget. Reports often need more than the numbers. I'll add an approval status column to track where each account stands in the review cycle, and a stakeholder column where I can tag the person responsible. Typing at pulls up directory search, and I pick from my organization. Ownership and review status now live alongside the numbers. The report also needs a header. I'll use a preset to drop in the company logo, the report title in the right places. Now the report is ready to share. Export generates a fully formatted Excel file with the hierarchy intact, and PDF for the version that goes into a board pack. A P&L built on the semantic model, calculations, input rows, custom columns, formatting, and exports to Excel and PDF, all in less than few minutes. With intelligence sheets in Fabric Plan, users can build powerful reports and dashboards that bring together analytics, visualization, and collaboration for integrated insights.